Hello guys, Zucy Juicy here with a new segment for you. Actually, it's called Dueling in Paradise. Paradise being just my local card shop, just tabletop tournaments here in Minnesota. Every week on Saturday, I'm just going to be bringing you a new deck profile, and then with the follow-up with the tournament, me playing that deck. This week, it's going to be Shaddoll, and I hope you guys like it. Let's get into the profile. Okay, so here's the list that I plan on using today. It's going to be my pure Shaddoll list with a little bit of Dogmatika and obviously a bunch of traps. So we'll just get on to it. Double Wendy and double Hedgehog, one Beast, one Dragon, one Squamata, one Aerial for a Shaddoll lineup. Normally in a trap Shaddoll lineup, you're going to be looking at like a huge chunk of Shaddolls in your main deck. And I kind of wanted to avoid that because seeing the Shaddolls without proper setup or a fusion spell really freaking sucks. So we're going to keep it at the 8 and hope we see our Sinister Shadow games and just focus on Schism and Deer Servant. So two Hedgehog specifically, because some of the traps in the deck require you to have monsters in hand or cards in hand in general, like Dynamiscus. And then obviously when you're resolving punishment, you got to send a card for Apcalone too. So double Hedgehog was cool. So I like the double Hedgehog. For our Dogmatika stuff, it's just the one Ecclesia. You don't need much more than that. Obviously, Fleur-de-Lis, you're not going to be resolving. Your extra deck monster is only going to be summoned during their turn. You're not really doing any summoning on your turn unless you already have your Schism face up. So the one Ecclesia is all you got to play, really. As far as hand traps, I play 3 Ash. Just the best hand trap of the format, obviously. I want to try to put this in every single deck I play. Next, double Skullmeister. Usually these are bells, but just because these are dark, I can banish these for Schism too, just in case I need it, in case I'm running low on Shaddolls in Graveyard, because we do only play the 8. So Skullmeister, just because it's dark. And then 2 hand traps that are kind of slowly making its way in the format, kind of a sleeper pick, is going to be Imperm. Excuse me. Impermanence here. It's really good. People don't play around it. Plus, I play Trap Trick. I do lots of 2-of traps in the deck, so I can have a variety off of Trap Trick. Imper, and more importantly, like even against like Virtual World, you can stop their Cloud Castle. Sometimes if they put everything into that Cloud Castle play, it screws them over. And then also against Drytron too, if they put everything in that Union Carrier play, then you can stop them there. So we'll see how this works today. Next, spells in this deck are just literally just bombshells. Literally big bombshells. So 3 Super Poly, amazing card. This is set up at all points of the duel pretty much. As long as you see a Shaddoll, you're either seeing your Schism, your Resh, or just a regular Shaddoll monster, and this is set up for you. So there's the Super Polys. Next is 3 of one of the best cards in the deck. You don't need much of your extra deck. All you need is your pretty much like 2 Construct, 2 Winda, 2 Apcalone. And that's really all you need for your extra deck. It obviously helps a little bit to go link up and try to go for a game, but you can play it slow and pacey and just slowly chip away at your opponent. So, Product Prosperity is such a good card. I know Blade Yu-Gi-Oh! Was playing Duality in his list, so you can go back to that build too if you can't afford the Prosperities, but I suggest Prosperities. Very good card. And then obviously the 3 Nadir Servant, absolute must. This card's a Rhoda for Shaddolls. You literally just send Apcalone, add Ecclesia. You summon Ecclesia, add Punishment, and then obviously after Nadir Servant, you send Apcalone to add Schism, and you set up double trap. So super powerful. Now for the trap, I play 1 Resh and double Schism. This was the only like Shaddoll like spell and traps that I played in the deck. Obviously, I'm not too focused on fusion summoning. I don't miss the fusion too much just because Schism just puts in work. Sends the same attribute. So the double Schism, just in case one gets banished off Cosmic or whatever. And then Rush Shaddoll. It's really funny. This is actually how you're pushing for game because this can attack directly. So if you already have your Schism in hand, most likely you're going to be Apcaloning for Rush Shaddoll. You're going to be looping that monster and just keep poking. And for the 2-of traps, like I was talking about, we have the 2 impermanents for the hand traps too, along with the double Trap Trick, double Punishment, double Dynamiscus. These cards are fantastic. I might change these to Ice Dragon's Prison. We'll see how these work out in the tournament today. Obviously, Punishment's just like a Rhoda trap for Shaddoll too. Like you're just gonna be setting Apcalone, setting Wendy, set Beast, draw 2 next turn. This is a crazy card. And then our rest of the traps, 3 Shadow Games. This card is phenomenal. Literally one of the best cards in the deck. It tutors your whole entire deck. It's your everything card. You need banish 3, you got it. You need to pop a spell or trap, you got it. You need to draw a card, sure. And then Three of the cards that are kind of the flex spot of the deck are 3 strike. Originally, these were going to be Torrential Tribute, but I like the fact that I can set this into a committed board and then kind of set up my Shaddoll stuff and then stop them while I'm doing it. Especially like Dragon Link, because they end on Darks and Lights. So if I end on like Schism, Strike, I flip up the Schism, obviously they're going to try to negate that. I can strike it, get rid of the one negate, Schism's going to resolve, summon the Dark, and get rid of another negate. So I really like the idea of Strike. We'll see how it works in the tournament today. As far as the extra deck, I play 1 Artemis. This changes all of your Shaddolls just into a light target. So whatever Shaddoll you got in hand just turns into a light target. And then Gravity Controller, it clears your Fusion Monster, add back your Schism. Cross Sheep, Celine, these guys are just here just to rank up, just to link up into your OTK plays. Literally, if you just open Schism, you can get into like your OTKs pretty much. Because you play your Boral Sword, your Axis Code. Like I was saying, as long as you have your Reshadol set up, you can set up for a Boral Sword play, and then just bring back like a Construct during your opponent's turn, and then flip it to attack, and then link up. So you can get in for game pretty easily, just with Schism. Fusions, 1 Entis. This is your 1 target off of Nadir and off of Punishment in case you need a double pop. It's the most flexible spot in the extra deck, I would say. It's just nice to have something sent off Nadir to pop a card and set up for your turn. So I feel like it's necessary, but some may argue it's flexible. Double Winda, double Apcalone, all you need for the Darks, and then triple Construct. If I need to, this card might bump down to 2 Construct, 3 Apcalone. In this deck, you're not summoning Construct as much as I thought you would be. But we'll see how it works out in the tournament, just to kind of like define these lineups. And the last card of the extra deck, Super Spice, Stardust Dragon. And I'll go into the side deck. Obviously, you guys know what this is going to be for. It's going to be for Starlight Road. Twin Twister back in the format, Lightning Storm, Harpies. Like, activating Starlight Road and then getting out Stardust Dragon. So good. So good. Only the true OGs remember. So side, this is what I hope to go in with the side. Super generic. Just 3 Cycle Reader. Not Drolls, because this deck can't really capitalize off a Droll. You're not killing them like the next turn. You're going to be setting up a Schism. So I'd rather take cards from them rather than just Drolling them and hoping it stops them for a turn. Triple Lancia. This is for Virtual World. I know for a fact that I can set up against Virtual World. So, like I said, it's kind of contradictory with the Droll effect, but there wasn't really anything else for the Virtual World matchup. Plus, this crushes Dinos. If you don't have setup against Dinos, it's kind of hard matchup too. Back row removal, 1 Harpies, triple Cosmic. These are just your back row removal. I'm not too invested in it because I'm not too worried. Like, if anything, I can just set a monster, set 3. And then just use Dynamisket to clear problematic cards, or just use like Punishment to clear problematic cards, send Entis, pop a card, or send Apcalone, send Dragon, pop a card. So you can play it slow and pacey. Back row removal isn't really necessary. And then for cards going first, I would take out the impermanences for Starlight Road, and then I play Judgment for strikes. So this would always go in going first, just to counter side my opponent, because obviously we're setting a bunch of cards. So there's the list. Obviously I'm going to be uploading the tournament as I go. It's going to be a 4-round tournament today. We'll see how I do today. Wish me luck, guys. And thank you guys for checking out the video today. Obviously, like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm going to try to make this a typical Saturday thing, maybe with my remote duel schedule, or probably plan on a little bit more of Dueling in Paradise. But hey, thank you guys for checking it out. Check me out on Twitch too. I'll be streaming some Dueling Book and remote duels when they come up. It's at Juicy on Twitch. So thank you guys.